All right, let's talk about how we can actually sit down and write a rhyming poem. So on the screen in front of you, you can see these are a bunch of words that do rhyme. And you'll notice, just like I said earlier, these words don't all look the same. Words don't have to look the same in order to rhyme. So the word night and kite have a different ending, but since they make the same sound, they're still considered rhyming words. Okay, so that's something important that you should keep in mind as you are thinking about writing a rhyming poem. Here's our first example of a rhyming poem, and I've gone through and I've underlined the words that do rhyme. So it says, see the bug on the rug, I will give his leg a tug. See him run, see him go, he did not like it, no, no. See him hop on the mop, see him hide to make me stop. I will stop, I will not tug, you are safe, little bug. So you can see that different lines rhyme depending on which stanza, that's the fancy poem word for section, depending on which section they're in, different words are rhyming. And that's okay. You don't have to make every single line of your poem rhyme. You can make it work for you. So here's an example of a poem where each line rhymes with the one right below it. So these rhyme, and so on. And you can see I've used the same color to underline the new rhyming words. So let's read it. Now we are 6. When I was 1, I had just begun. When I was 2, I was nearly new. When I was 3, I was hardly me. When I was 4, I was not much more. When I was 5, I was just alive. But now I am 6. I'm as clever, so I think I'll be 6 now, forever and ever. So all the way down up until the part about being 6, this author, A.A. Milne, was rhyming each line with the next one below it. Okay, and then he decided to mix it up at the end and rhyme clever with ever. Okay, so again, you can make every line rhyme with the next one, just like he did at the beginning, or you can change it up and make every other line rhyme. That part is totally up to you. Just like any other kind of poetry, the first step that you're going to take is going to be to pick your topic. So you can see I have put some of our topic examples on here. It can be anything you want to write about. You can pick an animal, a family member, you can write about nature. You've got lots of options. So whatever you choose, you just have to pick your topic before you start writing. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to start writing facts about your topic, or writing about your topic, or basically just start writing your thoughts about your topic. So I chose penguins for my topic this week. So I just basically started writing out things that I know about penguins or things that I want to include in my poem. So what I have so far says penguins are black and white, they slide on their bellies, they take care of their babies, they play in the water, they hunt for fish, they love each other. So not many of those rhyme. Bellies and babies kind of rhyme, but they're really the only words that are similar. Okay, but this step is just about getting out your ideas and thinking about what lines you want to have in your poem. So then the next step is to start actually doing the rhyming part. So you pick your favorite lines, the lines that you want to share and you definitely want to be part of your poem, and you can list out words that rhyme. So when we talk about rhyming poems, what we mean is that the last word of a line is going to rhyme. So I just picked that first line of my poem, penguins are black and white. That's the first thing I had written. And I listed out some words that rhyme with the last word of that line, which is white. Okay, so penguins are black and white. So some examples, I could say fright, light, night, kite, might, sight, or height. And those all rhyme with white. So I just have to then look at my list and decide which of those makes sense. Which of those could I make a good sentence out of? So you can see I decided that I would rhyme the word flight with white. So now my first 2 lines say penguins are black and white. They have wings, but they don't take flight. So those two lines are going to rhyme. So then you go back to all of your ideas and you decide what your next line is going to be and you think of a rhyme for it. So I liked when I wrote about how they love each other. So other is the last word there, so I need to think of words that are going to rhyme with it. So other, mother, cover, hover, and I'm sure you guys can think of more words than I can. So then I just have to do the same thing. Now I'm going to pick. Do I want to talk about mother? Do I want my next line to be about cover? Do I want my next line to be about hover? And I went with mother here because I thought since I'm talking about love, then it makes sense for me to include mother. So you just sort of have to, it's almost like a puzzle where you have to pick the right word to match what you're trying to say. So then basically you just keep going until you're happy with your poem and you feel like it's done. Your poem can be as long as you want, as short as you want. As usual, it's your poem, so you get to make all of those decisions. So what I ended up with is it says, penguins are black and white. They have wings but don't take flight. To get around, they slide on their belly. They eat fish that might be smelly. They love each other like I love my mother. Okay, and that is what I came up with for my poem this week. And you can see that I chose to make every line rhyme with the next one. So white, flight, belly, smelly, and then other and mother. Okay, so what we've talked about really is that you can make your poem rhyme if you want. You can make it rhyme like I did, where the lines that are next to each other rhyme. Or you can choose to make every other line rhyme, like we saw in some of our examples. Or you can choose to make random lines rhyme. It's totally up to you. And really, you can just choose not to have your poem rhyme if you don't want your poem to rhyme. That is completely up to you. These are just some suggestions if you are interested in writing a poem that rhymes. So, go ahead, pick a topic, and get started on writing some poetry.